While nonprofit organizations are paving part of the road to rescue, they're stepping up to help others make ends meet, even as they struggle to do the same. With us today, Mary Crawford, who coordinates the Cincinnati chapter of Dress for Success. Jacqueline Brown, Executive Director of the Atlanta Children's Shelter, and from Dallas, one of these organizations, Success Stories, can't wait to hear it, Michael Butler, found a job with the help of his church. I want to go ahead and begin with you, Mary, if I could. A lot of people have heard of your organization, Dress for Success, but what they may not know is that you offer quite a bit of other services, particularly now, some help with finding jobs.
That is correct. We offer a monthly job retention program as well as a weekly job readiness program.
Are people coming to you for that? Are they aware of it? And how has your clientele changed during these tough times right now?
What we're doing with our clients, especially on the retention piece, we're trying to help them and give them support as far as housing, financial literacy, written and unwritten rules of the workplace. Because what we're seeing is, you know, people are losing their homes. They need an exit strategy for how to downsize into maybe a smaller apartment, as well as getting their credit together so that they can get into decent housing.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. And Jacqueline, the Atlanta Children's Shelter offers employment counseling as well, and child care, which can be a godsend to a lot of people. Tell us a little bit more about those programs.
Absolutely. The Atlanta Children's Shelter is for families that reside in homeless shelters, either emergency night shelters or transitional housing. And during the day, while the parents are looking for jobs or looking for housing, they have free child care, which is really a prohibitive cost to families with low incomes.
Yeah, because we hear an awful lot about people wanting to go out and get jobs, and you know, it takes a while now because of the current situation that we're in, and their biggest issue ends up being someone to take care of their children.
Absolutely. And we serve children from 1 month, which is unusual for your traditional child care centers, to 5 years. And this is very important. You can imagine how it will slow down a parent looking for employment, dragging around a 2-month-old or a 3-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Michael, I know that your church, you actually went to one of these job fairs, if you will, and we've been talking a lot about what the nonprofits have to offer everybody. You went to church and you said, hey, I need to network. And what happened? Tell us your story.
Yeah, thank you, Heidi. A classic story of going to church to get a job. It's actually not the church I attend, so it's a program that Gateway Church in South Lake offers. It's open to the public. It's a 6-week program, so you can jump in at any week. They offer the types of things that I was needing at the time. Career direction is one of the topics they cover a week, interviewing, and networking is certainly another that I was interested in.
Did you ever expect to find yourself in this situation?
You know, it's, I guess, just part of God's plan. So it's really a neat thing that's happened.
Yeah, well, we certainly wish you the very best, and love to hear these success stories. Mary, I want to go back to you quickly. What can people do to help out Dress for Success? And because obviously we want to see you succeed so that you can help other people.
Yes, we're always looking for experts in the field of human resources, as well as employers who's willing to work with a hard-to-serve population.
Yeah, because I think sometimes people forget that in times like this, you don't always have to give money. You can volunteer your time, and you could help out with that. Jacqueline, back to you. Are you seeing this is what's happening in the Atlanta Children's Shelter? Now, do you know of other areas or other shelters across the country that are starting to look at your model and are saying, hey, we're going to do some of what they're doing in Atlanta?
Yes, there are a few other states, cities across the country that have replicated our model. I know there's one in Boston, and there is one here in Decatur as well, in the metro area, that find that homeless families need that extra support in order to get out of homelessness and back into the community.
Yeah, that child care support. All right. And Michael, hey, before we let all of you go, any advice for people who are looking for a job? I mean, you did it. You have one now. So what would you say to them?
Well, I just encourage them to establish a plan. And if it's contacting a local nonprofit or church organization that can help them to direct their next steps, you know, I tell my kids there's 3 type people in the world: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that don't know what's happening. So be part of that first group.
Yeah, all right. Well, very very good. And we're looking at a picture of your family right there. I'm sure they're very proud of you for sticking it out and doing that networking that we have heard so many times is just critically important for all of us. Thanks so much, you guys. We appreciate your stories today. Mary Crawford from Dress for Success, Jacqueline Brown from the Atlanta Children's Shelter, and Michael Butler, who now has a job, thanks in part to his church. Again, snapshots across America. Thanks, guys.